Sorry, I hit the wrong button. How we doing tonight? Welcome to another edition of the College Football Mafia Network Big Freaking Friday Show. I'm your host, Nathan Bomber Brown, and with me tonight are two guys that I'm sure I was separated at birth from. That would be the Wild Ute and Moen. How we doing tonight, guys?
What's up? What's up? Happy Friday night.
Yeah, I was gonna
I'm
say
not happy. I'm not happy. I'll
if
be the
we're
first one to say I'm
if
not
we're
happy.
triplets, I got all the bad genes. So, and you got all the good genes. Look
I
at him.
know he did. He's the
Nah.
model of our group. There's no doubt about it. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. It's Friday. We are now officially into the off season of 2026 college football, and this off season we got a bunch of new stuff coming. We're changing some formats. We're doing more short form stuff that we can engage with you a little bit better. And we're really, really glad you guys are here to be with us in that regard. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, and get involved. Send us DMs. Let us know. Talk back. If you have comments or questions about anything that we've been doing around here, we do read those things and we pay attention. And I just want to make sure everybody knows that's what we're here for, and that's what we've built the channel to do. Before we get started, I need to wind something back that I said on Tuesday night show. I got a little over my skis, and I talked about legalizing steroids in sports. And while I think that is a good conversation to have, and we can talk about what medicine can do for us, I was out ahead of that a little bit much. I apologize for anybody that was that felt put on, or if they have personal ways that steroids have affected me, and I didn't take any of that into consideration on my show Tuesday night. So here I'm to you saying I apologize, and I'll try to do better. Let's see here. Before we get going, Ute, why don't you kind of give us a summation of what your week looked like after Indiana pulled out a miracle against Miami?
Indiana Hoosiers, congratulations. Ricky in our community, and so many others that are Indiana fans, Big Ten fans. Mad kudos. You bring hope to everybody else that is looking to be the next Indiana.
Yep.
And look, I want Utah to be the next Indiana because you guys did it. You won the national championship. You were the model. Holy cow, it's amazing. A 2-year turn like we've never seen before. So that's still the story, guys. It's Monday night. A couple days removed it. Now, over the last couple days, realignment's kicking up. We're getting Purdue AD mentioning no realignment, no additions and stuff, which we're going to talk about. We're going to push back on that little cloak and dagger.
Well, I'm not going to. You are.
I think that is absolute false, right? I mean, I think that it's just kind of playing the game and everything, and we can all have different thoughts of that and discuss that.
You bet.
But that's big news, right? Like we're getting into the point of the season where our team's positioning, where our team's moving. I'm actually thinking about doing a next series on like the Big 12 and the ACC schools over the last year and putting like a different realignment ticker. Are they trending up, sideways, down, or where are they right now in the realignment world? Because we're moving to a universe where there's 2 mega conferences, and that's the Big 10 and the SEC. And if you ain't in those, you're not in the game, guys. You're not in the game. So you have to be in it if you want to be a serious contender in the future. So it's more important than ever. That's what's on my mind. That's what's going on.
How about you? Moen.
Tony Petitti standing on business. We're sticking at 12. Sorry, SEC.
You're
not getting what you want. And this is vengeance. And it's served cold on a cold day. And I hope Greg Sankey enjoys every piece of it, along with Brett Yormark and Jim Phillips. Could have had automatic qualifiers. You could have had guaranteed 2 teams from the Big 12, 2 teams from the ACC. Guaranteed slots in a playoff system. You said, no, we want to go with Greg Sankey and what Greg Sankey's athletic directors want. Well, looks like you're sticking with 12, and you guys probably, Big 12 and ACC, are going to struggle to get 2 teams in on a consistent basis.
Especially because Notre Dame got theirs.
That's
All
absolutely right.
they just have to be in the top 12, and Notre Dame has an automatic path into the playoff. And of all the challenges with staying at 12, that's my biggest complaint. I knew if we moved to 16, that MOU would be null and void. That could have gone away. But now I think what we're seeing is the strength of these requisite schools, conferences, and certainly independence for Notre Dame. And it's a big deal. Nothing else? You guys want to say anything else?
No, listen, I'm happy. I'm glad Tony Petitti took a stand, stood up to Greg Sankey, gave him the middle finger, went back, probably rubbed that trophy that Indiana brought home to the Big Ten this week.
Probably.
Our third one in a row, by the way. We're fine with 12 teams. We seem to do pretty well with the 12-team format. So let's keep on keeping on, Big Ten.
Right out the gate, Ricky Tungate, the Indiana Hoosier, in the wings here on tonight's show, giving a gifted membership out to another member of the College Football Mafia family. Moen, what are we doing there?
Ricky Tungate is gifted a membership to the College Football Mafia family. Somebody's a new made man or woman. And that is Daniel King. You are gifted a membership.
Good job, Daniel.
A made man from Ricky Tungate, the Indiana Hoosier. Hoosier Daddy, Indiana. I never thought I would be saying this. The national championship, the national champion in football, Indiana Hoosiers.
Right.
From
Absolutely
Bloomington,
correct.
Indiana. The trophy is in Bloomington, Indiana. And I never thought I would say that, but I'm happy to say it. I'm glad to see Indiana get it's always great to have a great underdog story. And I think Indiana was the ultimate underdog. And congratulations on this 2-year turnaround. Number 1 overall seed, guys, and the national champion.
First 16-0 champion.
First 16-0 team in the college football. Yeah, it's it's something. Let's give them a little Indiana sounder.
Yeah, please. I love it.
One of Fernando Mendoza saying LFG.
How do we get those gifted memberships, Moen?
You can become a member, gift a membership, leave a super chat, leave a super sticker, all that through the little cash icon at the bottom of the chat window. We just released a new members only video yesterday. Revealed some stuff, and I think a lot of people enjoyed it. So definitely check that out if you're a new member, like Daniel King is, or if you're an existing member and you haven't had a chance to view it yet. We're going to have more members only content coming out and possibly some members only live streams.
Very good. Before we get into any more news, let's do shout outs. Let's recognize people who are here early. Buckshot Kid, a valuable member of the College Football Mafia family, saying, "Oh, hey," at the College Football Mafia. Then we go Outlaw Skies, another newer member of the College Football Mafia family. Go Buckeyes first. Well, that's fair. If you're a Buckeyes fan, I understand that. Right now, Indiana is first. We go to Outlaw Skies also says, can we agree that the reason why colleges don't want athletes to be employees is the risk that graduates, medical and nursing students would be employees of the same logic, or by the same logic, which would end? I don't really see that. What do you guys think about that one?
Yeah. I mean, these guys are employees. I still don't understand like the real risks for categorizing, student. I'm not these pay-for-play athletes. They're not students. Like, they're not even students. Like Carson Beck wasn't even a student for 2 years. They're not student athletes. These are like semi-pro, pro players. They're salary people, guys. Let's just freaking pay them like that. Let's take the liability risk, recategorize whatever needs to happen.
Let's go.
Let's quit joking around about this.
I completely agree. And the tide is starting to turn. A little later, we will go through the news, and there was a major national championship coach who has come out just today in favor of employee status for players, CBA, however. But That should tease. I'm not going to give you guys any more than that. Big Lubbock in the house. Good to have you here, Lubbock, Texas Tech, represented at the College Football Mafia family. We appreciate you. He's always first in our hearts. Jansen Roberts. SEC, I believe Jansen was a member for a time, and now he's stuck with us. That's the most important thing. SEC won't back down. 2014 CFP off the table. Lol, love these diatribe videos. Are we doing diatribes tonight?
Maybe.
It's not how I was looking at what I was going to say, but maybe it is.
Yeah, it's
cheers to that.
Yeah, one man's diatribe is another man's
non-validated.
I love that word though. Diatribe is a really funny word. So kudos for word usage.
Yeah, that's a word of the day word right there. Conundrum, always checking in, bringing his wisdom and intelligence to the College Football Mafia family. Thank you so much, Conundrum. What just happened? I fell asleep. Yeah, well, you'll have to find out. Time will tell. Bob Swanger, somebody that I really appreciate all his opinions, getting back. Let us know how we're doing around here. Thank you so much for being here tonight, Bob. Bob is not only a longstanding member, OG member at this point of a College Football Mafia family, but he has become somebody that we really listen to. His opinions stand, and we respect. Every member, I think we could say that exactly the same thing. So thanks so much for being here, Bob. We appreciate you. Everything Texas State says howdy, y'all.
Hey.
Going in their first year now, going to be in the Pac-12 this fall. You guys, one quick word about Texas State to the Pac-12.
They're going to be one of the most successful teams in the conference. Give it 3 years.
Yeah.
Like that with the talent pool right there, Texas State. I mean, it is a giant that's coming and rising in football. I love the prospects of Texas State.
Moen?
I would like to see them do a little more in the portal. I think they can.
Time will tell. Build some momentum, right?
Got to build some momentum, but I mean, yeah, first year in the Pac-12. Let's see how they do. 3 years, I think probably you're right on. Within 3 years, they'll be competing for that G6 slot in the playoffs. They've just got too rich a recruiting ground, but I think they really do need to hit the portal a lot harder.
If I'm going to make a prediction, I know you, and normally I would say 3 years as well. I think that's a very reasonable timeline. I'm going to go on a limb and say if they go 6-6 this year, the next year, the second year, they could win the Pac-12 championship. Bookmark it.
Boise's going to be there, right?
They are.
Like
Oregon State, Washington State are reloading. Yeah. Yep. It's a new conference, though, and we'll have to see how everything goes. But I think Texas State has the opportunity, using the transfer portal, getting money in the door. If they go 6-6, I could see it. Anyway, Daniel Gygax checking in, contributor, partner around here with us. We appreciate you, Daniel. Hi, Bob, he says. Well, he didn't say hi to us, so I'm not sure about that. Let's see here. Becky Go Huskies checking in. Good to have you here, Becky. Becky's a contributing editor around here at the College Football Mafia family. We appreciate Becky so much. Her and Sergeant Pickles do a great job. We appreciate having them around. Is that Wild Ute or Fernando Mendoza?
It's Felipe Mendoza. It's Felipe Mendoza. Brother
I said it's Fonando. Mendoza.
It is Fonando.
Okay. All right. At the end of the day, you're looking good, you. That's all that matters. Husker Magic checking in, saying happy weekend. Did you guys know the Huskers are 18-0 in basketball?
Yeah.
I did know that.
First time ever that they've been 18-0, and they're doing it in a Big Ten conference, but their basketball team is down. So you have Indiana up, Huskers, Nebraska's down. That's crazy.
It would be fantastic if Nebraska won the basketball national championship, and Indiana, a basketball school, became football national championships, and Nebraska, a football school, became basketball championships. It would just be flipping the
it's
symmetry.
absolutely crazy.
But good
Yeah,
luck
my
to the
world.
Huskers.
Yeah, my world couldn't put up with it. I don't think, Moen. My brain might explode if that happens. Anyway, our friend, the OG of OGs, peek around the corner. Greg Flugar in the house. Good to have you here, Greg. Everybody stay safe during this cold spell. I have been praying for you, and I've been really wishing that everybody's able to get the water they need. Power lines don't go down. It could be a real disaster. So I would just tell everybody you might be safe, but don't forget to check on your neighbors. You have single women with children, older people in your neighborhood. Knock on their door, see how they're doing. Pipes are freezing. It's going to be ugly regardless. Anyway, Greg says, I'm cold, and I'm not talking about my pathetic picks against the spread. Freezing, blipping, cold.
The old cheeseburger himself.
No, the cheeseburger himself. I love it.
The cheeseburger.
We'll go down here a little bit farther. Let's see, trying to get in some new ones. Got a lot of other comments in here. Here we go. John Dry in the house. Good to have you here, John. Thanks so much for joining the show. You've been around here a long time. Great member of the flock. We appreciate you. Everyone is saying this is Snownado 26. I've not heard that, but
well, you're probably not in the snowfall region.
we're not. You and I are not getting it.
Yeah, we're getting,
and we need it. We need it. We need it.
We're supposed to be getting anywhere from 8 to 14 inches where I'm at.
Okay.
And the grocery store this morning was absolute mayhem.
I'm sure.
They were limiting how many people could come into the store.
Seriously.
Yeah, milk, bread, because people think when it snows that milk, bread, and eggs are going to be consistencies that you need. So all the bread was gone. Most of the milk was gone.
There was a toilet paper there.
Well, toilet paper, you just wipe your butt with snow, I guess.
Oh, nasty. Moen.
Come on. Clean. It's hygienic. It's hygienic.
Stop it.
But, it's just, when snow hits a white death, as we call it here in Ohio, when that hits, everybody goes nuts and just buys stuff at the grocery store. Beer is surprisingly in demand too. You will be happy to know I saw several Nat 30s, 30 racks in
lights, huh?
Kenneth Maynor in the house, the ECU pirate himself. He's been a member with us for how long, Ute? That's
6 months, baby.
6 months.
It's been longer than that, actually. There might have been a break there. I think that.
I think that's right.
It's got like 24 months, I would say, if I had to guess.
Yeah, he's an OG. He's an OG for sure. ECU just grabbed Miami backup QB Emory Williams and wide receiver Ray Joseph, also from Miami. Pirates cooking in the portal, might be the favorite in the American next year. 9 wins this year and could win over 10. If ECU wins 10 games, they're going to be right there to get into the playoff.
Oh, you bet they are. Yeah, they're going to be one of the favorites. It seems like, going into next year, I would love to see it. ECU is a fun school. It's a cool school. Like it's, one of the best mascots, right?
It is. Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd love to see it.
Dave's here checking in. Good to have you here, Dave. Canadian whiskey puts hair on your chest. Moen, is that true?
Absolutely true. Puts hair on your back also, which the ladies absolutely love. I owe you a sounder though, Kenneth Maynor. You're a pirate.
Yes, please.
Do what you want because a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
And pirates drink Canadian whiskey too. So
I love it. I love it.
Oh
Clint Moses checking in, representing the Oregon State Beavers. The Pac-12 and all the G6 were not given any gifts in this latest negotiation around the CFP. We'll get into that in a little bit, but there's no doubt about it that they're behind the 8 ball to get into this playoff now. Let's see, Stormy Cyclone checking in. Let's see. I didn't read it. Sorry, Clint. I said that, and then I forgot to read it.
What is exploding?
Couple years ago in Oklahoma, I witnessed the exploding trees. It's the real thing. I have seen that too in Washington during a severe ice storm. It has something to do with the ice condenses, right? And it can't flex in a tree, and so they explode.
Wow.
Not condenses. I said the wrong thing. It expands. Water expands when
Wow.
it goes to ice, and then it makes the trees explode. Have you seen that, Moen, where you're at?
No, because it usually happens in places where there's not a lot of cold, or it's not cold. Like it'll happen when it gets really, really cold, like super cold snaps. But seeing it in places like Oklahoma, Tennessee, North Carolina, it's because those places don't get cold air often. The trees
Yeah.
they hold a lot of water, more than the trees in Ohio. They obviously dry up for the winter, so they explode. But yeah,
very
that's
fair.
the thing. The boiling water into ice sculpture, that's the thing. I've seen
Yes,
that
it is. Yeah.
where they pour it out of a tea kettle and it's just a big, looks like a Hot Wheels track coming up.
I would just encourage people to stay safe, but try to have fun with it if you can. Right?
Yeah, and
Just
by the
be
way,
cool.
if you're doing the boiling water thing, do not throw it up in the air. Because some of that boiling water does not turn into snow or ice. It's still boiling water.
Hold on.
And
Let's,
Yeah,
let's
wow.
back up a little bit.
It will
here.
come
What do you
down
mean by
on
the
you.
boiling water thing. What do you
What
mean
do you
by
mean? You
that?
When it
throw
gets
boiling
cold-
water into the air and it freezes in the air.
Right. You'll throw it in the air and it'll almost turn into snow. It's just
Yep.
like white. But the problem is people don't realize when you do that, you're throwing it over top of yourself. You're
Yeah.
probably going to get some boiling water on yourself, which ain't good.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like it's
yeah.
going to turn out
Yeah.
very well.
So
And it generally doesn't happen in places that aren't cold all the time. Like it has to get really intense cold. People do it in Canada, but it's also minus 10 degrees all winter long. So, but it does happen. It does. Everything
You
Moen
work on the
said, I can
moon.
back up. Yeah. Stormy Cyclone, where you been, Stormy? We've missed you for a couple weeks. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Stormy's an OG member of the College Football Mafia family. Hello, everyone. What's up? Certainly not the temperature. So we now know that Iowa is getting it. Or not Iowa. Let's see. Yeah, Iowa is where Stormy would be. Get to a few more. Hoosier Dave checking in. Good to see you, Hoosier Dave. I'm not sure I recognize you, but if you've been around here a while, welcome. Make sure you subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Twitter. Representing the #1 national champion, Indiana Hoosiers. Say what? Not even one? What does that mean? I'm not sure. That was out of context. I just wanted to give him a shout out.
I know why
Okay.
Hoosier Dave's here. He wants this baby.
Oh,
just
okay.
like all Indiana fans want it. Moan, you want it, baby. Look at that.
I have to apologize for the College Football Mafia channel for Ute and what he's doing in these graphics. I just have to take responsibility. Jimmy Hodson, who's been with us for a while. Jimmy, thank you so much for being here tonight, being a member of the College Football Mafia family. Our mountains are devoid of snow here in the Northwest. Yeah, you guys and us. Everything west of the Rockies is just bone dry. Historically bone dry and warm. It's bad. Ute and I are begging for rain because our summer is going to be brutal when it's 110 and we didn't have any snow for an entire winter. Oh my gosh!
There's like 1 inch of snowfall in Salt Lake. Like
No,
one freaking inch.
It's 0.1, Ute. It's 0.1.
Oh my gosh! Like
0.1 has come. Yeah. It's bad. I mean, that's
really
historic.
Wild stuff.
Yeah, it is. Movie Time Blues. It's been a minute, man. We missed you, though. Good to have you here tonight. Did you see the article on Memphis that Greg shared earlier today? Doesn't look good for them these days. I didn't see it. Did you guys see it?
I read the article this morning.
Okay. Okay, and what
if
was
it's the
it?
same art, we're talking about the basketball program.
I don't know.
Okay, if that's the same article, it was talking about Penny Hardaway and his basketball program, how the basketball program's gone down, and how they're desperately trying to get into the Big 12 or another conference, because of how bad the American Conference has become, with Houston leaving, Cincinnati leaving, UConn joining the Big East, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Their basketball program's dipping, and that's.
I was just going to say, is that real now? They're down, huh?
They're down. They're down. I think he's 6-6 this season.
For Penny Hardaway, holy cow!
Yeah, so they're in a little bit of a panic.
Man, we'll have to follow that story. I didn't know that. I'll have to read it. Thanks for the recommendation. I will definitely put my eyes on it. Hummus Hero representing the Ohio State. That's right. Buckeyes. You guys aren't picking up on my cues. So do I have this correct? The G6 no longer is insured a spot. Okay. Right now, let's just talk about this right now because I asked our team, the College Football Mafia team, if they were guaranteed a spot or not. And I got differing opinions. I've read different articles. One article says they still have a guaranteed spot. Another article said they no longer have a spot. So do you guys know for certain?
They have a spot.
Okay. And it's still 5+1 being Notre Dame?
Oh, you're talking about the Notre Dame auto bid if they hit 12. Yeah, it's still 5 conference champions. So
okay,
you're still going to have the Big 12, ACC, Big 10, SEC,
okay,
and then one G6 champion. That doesn't mean that they're limited to just one slot.
Right, of course.
It'll be just like this year. You end up with 2 G6 teams that really are deserving and go to the playoff.
Okay. Thank you for clearing that up. I appreciate it. We'll go over it in detail in just a minute. David Floyd, good to have you back with us, David. You've been missed. Have you guys seen the comments from Texas Tech Cody Campbell about Alabama? I haven't. Have you guys seen those?
No,
okay.
And I asked David to provide the link article for that.
Okay.
So I would love to dig into that. The only thing I can think about is Cody Campbell calling Alabama broke. Because basically, compared to Cody Campbell, Alabama is broke as far as their boosters are concerned.
So he's talking about
athletic. Go ahead.
The basketball guy that played in the NBA that's coming back to play for him or had an NBA contract or whatever. Is that what we're talking about here?
We'll have to see.
Okay. Yeah. If we could get the article, if somebody do us a favor,
here, here. You can't look at the transfer portal rankings right now. Schools like Alabama and Auburn are struggling. They don't have the booster support, and they can't keep up in the NIL era is basically what he is saying. That
interesting.
Alabama and Auburn are falling off while Texas Tech is surging.
Yes, Georgia and Alabama. Auburn has 2 quasi-boosters that are billionaires, apparently. Maybe they're not funding the program too much yet, but Alabama's in big trouble, guys. Like, I don't care if that school's making $100 million a year. You can only rev share up to 20, 22, 23 million in the future here. You can't rev share all the booster NIL. You're going to be screwed. You need outside booster NIL to pay in addition to rev share. There's no way around it. And if you get caught cheating against and rev sharing $50 million, it's going to be a different ramification than your boosters paying into it. So Alabama's in trouble. Georgia's in trouble. These rich booster-led SEC schools are in trouble. Big trouble. I don't care if the school's making money off distributions from media revenue. That's great stuff. But you can only pay so much from the school level. It's all coming from boosters. And they are in a world of hurt.
Okay, let's just say this so everybody will be reminded. 3 years ago, Ute and I started this channel, and one of the things we leaned into is Ute's analytics. Ute spent almost 8 months on analytics so he could make a statement and then back it up with data. And that statement was the Big Ten rich going up, SEC relatively poor going down. And 3 years later, this is something we need to hang our hat on, guys. It's a big deal. We researched it. We talked about it as a team over and over again. They are in big trouble, which is why Greg Sankey going out and saying they need 7 teams in the CFP is such a joke. So I think Alabama is just going to be like the coal, in the coal mine, right? The guy who dies because he walks into the coal mine and he shouldn't have. Go ahead.
Here's the crazy thing too. If the SEC wants to pull away, they're threatening, they want to pull away. We've got all the leverage. Every year, every month that goes by, which they're not dominant, you lose all your public perception leverage with that play. Because all of a sudden, if you haven't won 4 or 5 national championships and the Big Ten's dominating you, and you say, okay, we're going to pull away and everything, then no one's going to take you seriously. They're not going to even treat you like the best league. So they've lost all their leverage. They've been neutered. Good luck pulling away now. You haven't won 3 straight championships. You haven't been to the national championship game. Good freaking luck. You're not the best anymore. Good luck pulling away. You're AAA. Like, seriously, that's reality for the SEC. So they're in a big jam, guys. I don't know how to solve that too. If like the only thing that can save the SEC from being relegated to the Big Ten Conference is the CSC shutting down outside booster support and getting back to
NIL
how
go,
it was.
the-
NIL
yeah,
go and stuff. If that
yeah.
comes in, a lot of schools benefit from that too, but the SEC more than anybody else, because all of a sudden you can retain talent better. You can't like it's not someone's not going to offer more for your players. It's going to be more stabilized like it was. So they desperately need that type of environment to succeed. I get why they want to pull away to create that insular environment themselves. But guys, that's why they're doing this and stuff, because they know they're screwed if they keep coexisting in this environment, because Big Ten's going to dominate their phase.
Moen, I'll give you a second and then I'll move on.
You're absolutely right. Nick Saban said it as much earlier this week. Big Ten rich, SEC not so much.
Yep.
Some of that's a little cop out from Nick Saban because he can't tolerate the fact that the Big Ten now suddenly that when NIL comes into play and the Big Ten can pay players, that SEC dominance went out the window. But according to Saban, he never paid anybody. He developed players.
Well, let's be clear. It wasn't just the Big Ten people playing. There's big money going for players transferring to the Big 12 and the ACC.
Oh,
well.
Sure. But I'm just saying Nick Saban's comment was, well, the Big Ten's now that the Big Ten can pay players, and it's because because they're paying players, and that the SEC. He didn't say it, but he made the inference that the SEC was never doing that. And it was just,
and we know that's not true.
Was just they just were so great at recruiting and developing.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, Alabama Jones, I don't think so, pal. You were paying players too.
That's not really anything to argue about. We knew it. Everybody knew it. It was the dirty little secret. But who's going to call them out? The NCAA? Never happened. Never happened. Okay, we're going to jump into news because we've got a bunch of news tonight. And then I know that Moen and Ute have a feature they want to get to a little later in the show. So we're going to jump right into news. And I'm going to start with this. It might not have been Ute's article, but this is the article that really dominated my day. We are talking, and I'm going to post it so everybody can have access to it as well. The College Football Playoff Management Committee announced today it will continue the 12-team playoff format for the 26-27 season. And my comment above was an absolute disaster. Notre Dame football gets an auto bid if they are ranked 12 or lower. Stays at 12 teams can be evaluated again in December or earlier. There is room to move for 27, but for 26, we are stuck where we're at. Before I read the announcement, what do you guys want to say just about the headline?
I think it sucks. I think it sucks staying at 12. It's the worst case scenario.
It's brutal. Absolutely brutal.
For really the ACC and the Big 12.
Yeah.
You don't have two auto bids. Like we've seen this 2 years in a row. The beauty pageant is difficult. Man, even if you're like a 1 or 2 loss team, you're just going to get left out almost every time. Yeah. But I'm going to say this, and after we talk about this article, I'm going to make the argument for why the Big 12 will get 2 CFB spots in this 12-team playoff this year against all odds. I will make that argument, but for the long term, ain't good.
Moen, just on the headline before I read the article. Just on the headline, it's a good deal for the Big Ten. They didn't back away. They had a lot of pressure to back away. Everybody wanted them to give up and take a deal that was not favorable to them, and they said, no, we're not going to do that. So
that took guts. I think that was a huge stand for the Big Ten. I really do. Okay, so this is the actual announcement. I'm just going to read it. This is from the College Football Playoff Management Committee. The College Football Playoff Management Committee, comprised of 10 FBS conference commissioners and the director of athletics at the University of Notre Dame, we'll touch on that in a second, announced today will continue the 12-team playoff for 26-27. This decision provides additional time for evaluation and discussion on the current format and potential changes in the future under the terms of the Management Committee's 2024 operating agreement. the last time when we had this new contract was being debated. 26-27 format will feature 12 teams based on conference champions and final rankings by the CFP committee. First round games will be played on campus, followed by quarterfinals and semifinals hosted by CFP Bowls, and the national championship game, which will happen in Las Vegas. And then here's a couple of quotes as we move into people now start trying to explain it. After ongoing discussion about the 12-team playoff format, the decision was made to continue with the current structure. This will give the management committee additional time to review the 12-team format so they can better assess the need for potential change. While they all agree that the current format has brought more excitement to college football, more people watch college football this year than in history. Just letting everybody know. Has given more schools a real shot at the postseason. Another year of evaluation will be helpful. Guys, this is the worst case scenario in my opinion. It could not be any worse, because now we're dealing with situations where we lose another year. I'm going to just talk from the Big 12 standpoint. Another year we're going to get only one team in unless what Utes idea works. I hope they get two teams in, but if we only get one team in, what that's going to now it's starting to bake in people's biases. It's making them concrete, set in stone. If the Big 12 only gets one team in for 3 years, how does anybody think that negotiation is going to be better when they do it for 27 or 28 or 29, or heaven forbid at the next major negotiating window? If the ACC more than likely usually gets 1.5 and the Big 12 only gets one team, you average that out, and correct me if I'm wrong, but those numbers are not in the Big 12's favor.
No, they're not in the Big 12's favor. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
No, that's it. That's the whole article. That's the announcement from the management committee. So I want you guys' opinions. I'll save mine for last. Moen, let's give you, since you're the one who really came out a winner today, kind of tell everybody what's going on at the Big Ten and why you think we are where we are.
Well, we are where we are because Greg Sankey is, you can't spell snake without Greg Sankey. He's a snake. We originally had a 16-team format with automatic qualifiers that Greg Sankey was on board with, by the way. He was on board with giving the automatic qualifiers to the Big Ten, the SEC, the Big 12, and the ACC. His athletic director said, no, we need a 5+11. And then he went back on his word to the Big Ten and said, oh, nope, we need a 5+11. Brett Yormark and Jim Phillips both cozied up to Greg Sankey and said, yeah, that's what we need. That's what we need. Guess what? Eventually, a scorpion and the toad analogy, eventually the scorpion does sting you. It's in the scorpion's nature, and that's what Greg Sankey's done. Now the ACC and the Big 12 have pissed off the Big Ten. The Big Ten was originally going to give them 2 automatic qualifiers, which would have guaranteed that the Big 12 gets in 2 teams every year. If we had automatic qualifiers this year, who would be in the playoffs, Nate?
BYU.
If we had automatic qualifiers this year, Miami and Notre Dame would be in the playoffs this year. Could have happened, but no. The Big Ten was the ultimate evil empire. Everybody saw them as the evil empire that was doing this, and how dare they? And
well, not us. Not us.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm saying the people in power, Brett Yormark, Jim Phillips said, no, we're going to side with Greg Sankey. Well, I'm going to tell you what, guys. Everybody who sided with Greg Sankey, you can talk about the Big Ten stabbing the Pac-12 in the back. Greg Sankey is a lot worse than the Big Ten. I think, there's a term we use around here. It's out front C. I think at least Tony Petitti's an out front C. Greg Sankey is a behind the back kind. And, I don't feel sorry for him anymore. I don't. I think BYU deserved to be in the playoffs this year. I think Notre Dame and Miami should have both been in the playoffs this year. But you know what? I'm sorry. I can't feel sorry for you anymore when you keep doing these things to yourself. You know what I mean? It's almost like a domestic battery situation. It's like if you keep keep returning to the abuser, how much sympathy do you want to get from people? Brett Yormark and Jim Phillips, congratulations. You're best friends with Greg Snakey. Good on you. What's it get you? Because I'm going to disagree with you right now. The Big 12 is getting one team in the playoffs this year. The ACC might get two. And that's because the ACC has had some success in the college football playoff.
Actually, I don't know about that. I think Notre Dame's going to take that extra slot for the ACC as well.
Okay, well, that's the ACC. Well, I would still consider that almost two ACC teams. It's 1.5 slots, but I don't see the Big 12 getting any more than, and whoever it is in the Big 12, they're probably going to have to go undefeated or just have one loss.
What do you want the Big 12 to do here? Like, you're acting like the Big 12 so guilty of all this stuff. You're actually like you're beating down on the little guy here, man. Like, seriously, what the Big 12 is supposed to do? SEC is threatening to pull away and stuff. You're trying to keep it together so you don't get relegated into AAA status. Like, give me a real solution to what the Big 12 is supposed to do. Don't just blame it on the Big 12. I'm serious. Tell me something right now.
I'm not just blaming the Big 12. I'm blaming the Big 12, the SEC, and the ACC.
Yeah.
Forget the SEC for a second. Let's just look from the lens of the Big 12. You put yourself in those shoes. What do you do?
What I would do is say, let me do what's best for my conference. And what's best for the Big 12 conference was to take the automatic qualifiers. You could have still got 3 teams in with an at-large bid. If there were 3 deserving teams, you could have got in. It's 16-team playoff this season, and automatic qualifiers. You definitely get Texas Tech and BYU in. You probably get Utah in as well. The Big 12 could have had 3 teams in the playoffs this year. But Jim Phillips, Brett Yormark said, no, we agree with Greg Sankey. Let's do 5 plus 11. Well, 5 plus 11 is just going to get you maybe 2 slots if you're lucky. Automatic qualifiers gives you 2 slots guaranteed.
Right.
Guaranteed.
Right. It's the old concept of a bet on yourself. Guys, sometimes when you bet on yourself, it doesn't work out well.
Yeah.
Like, here's the reality. Everyone's like, oh, I want to bet on myself.
We want to earn it on the field.
And we lost. We threw a nothing burger in the college football playoff when we bet on ourselves. So, Mo, like, in hindsight, I do agree. And like, even before hindsight last year and stuff, and the 4-4-2-2 came out, Nate, you and I were all over that, saying we want that. Yes, we were. Yep. Because, like, we just need to get rid of, like, this pride to say that we are the same, like, value level as the Big 10 and the SEC. That's just not reality. And that's something the Big 12 needs to accept and then take what we can to build up the reputation to get more shots at the playoff. But having one team in, it's the best team and a top team, and throwing a 0 on the scoreboard, it's killer. And you're betting on yourself, and you just fell flat on yourself, like face, and you just lost your job. You didn't get promoted, you just lost your job. So, yeah, it's tough.
Sorry, I thought you were done. Sorry.
Yeah, let's get to the super chat.
Okay, fine. Very good. Kenneth Maynor, again, in the house, OG member of the College Football Mafia family. Thank you so much, Ken. $10 super chat. American had 3 teams in the final AP poll: Tulane, Navy, North Texas, more than the ACC. Clearly the deepest G6 conference, almost a P4.5. Will be tough to get the CFP bid away from the American. Anybody disagree with Ken here?
Yeah. Go ahead, Moan.
The only thing I would say, Ken, is you're going to have to look at the Pac-12 and the brands.
Yeah.
Boise State, because of what Boise State has accomplished in the postseason, in the BCS era, and now in the playoff era, they're going to be looked at more favorably than any other team in the G6. It's just going to happen. They're going to be everybody's preseason favorites almost consistently to win the G6 because they're Boise State. If Oregon State and Washington State can pull it together, they're also going to be a successful one in there. But I think the thing that the American lacks is they lack a big enough brand like Boise State, because Boise State is a national brand. But thank you for the super chat, and I will tell you what, the American, they are the one who knocks.
I am the one who knocks.
Did you want to answer that message from Ken, or do you want to move on?
I think that the American, I think that they've got another really good shot at getting in the CFP this next year. Like the Pac-12 is a different beast too. Like you've got this really strong conference and everything. Boise's gonna have a shot. I'd love to see Oregon State get a shot too. Oregon State's
State,
just
Washington
had the worst
State,
worst luck. I mean, I would love to see Oregon State get in the CFP. I think that'd be so good for that program. And man, that's really what I want, just because that would be a huge rebound and everything. I don't know about the Beavers roster though going into this year. That's just like kind of my hopes, thinking out loud. But American has a really good shot, guys. Like, and it might happen again.
It's really too bad that they couldn't finagle that deal to get those top 3 brands from the AAC into the Pac-12. Because then you would have the dominant G6 conference. Not even really an argument, in my opinion. To Town Hawk, join me on Tuesday night. I appreciate him alleviating some of the stress on me, so I didn't have to talk the whole time. $2 super chat. Hi from soon to be frozen over hell here in Dallas Fort Worth. Yeah, you know what scares me, guys? I grew up with ice storms, and I fear ice 1,000 times more than I fear snow.
Well, like I said, it's going to be a little cold in Dallas, but it's going to be 20 below here with 8 to 12 inches of snow.
20 below?
That's with the wind chill, 20 below is what you're looking at for temperatures. It's cold out there. I mean,
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, the chickens didn't even want to get out of the coop this morning, so they stayed in the coop all day.
Did they really?
Yeah. Thank you for the super chat, Town Hawk. Here's a little Jayhawk squawk to bring a little warmth to your heart.
Nice.
So let's just round out this thing. We don't have to beat this CFP thing up anymore. The one thing I want to call attention to, and I really love to hear you guys' opinions, is the Notre Dame card. They've got this in this system so that the memorandum of understanding said they get in ranked 12th or lower. So what that does is it essentially takes the 0.5 team from either the ACC or the Big 12. And they basically take a spot that no longer do they really have to fight for it. Go 10-2 at Notre Dame, you will be in the CFP. And now I guess all we can talk about is, how do we change this going forward? What do we need to do to, we do stuff here on our channel to try to influence things. We don't have a lot of power. But what can anybody on the outside looking in of this CFP mess, can we do to help change 2027?
I mean, Notre Dame, like here's the pain right here. The College Football Playoff Committee, College Football Playoff structure treats Notre Dame as its standalone entity more seriously than the Big 12 conference and the ACC conference, right? Like like by these types of like spoon-fed deals and everything, it's pretty easy to see. It's pretty amazing to see that too. That one school that's an independent, Notre Dame, has more leverage than the Big 12 conference. It's true, guys. Like, how do you change that? You beat Notre Dame, Nate. You got a shot at beating Notre Dame and blowing this thing up, and we're going to get into this.
Hope to. Yeah.
It can't be a hope. It's got to be a must. Or else,
I don't disagree.
Because this argument for 2 Big 12 schools is going to be hinging on this game that's coming up here for the Wild Ute.
Very good. I can't wait to hear it. Moen, any last words on the CFP? We have an entire offseason to beat this thing up, talk about alternatives and other things we can do. But just this announcement today kind of put a bow on it for us, and I'll move on.
Listen, the Notre Dame thing, again, that's a Sankey issue. Sankey wants to prevent Notre Dame from joining a conference, so he's willing to give them special accommodations. And you're absolutely right, it's saying that Notre Dame, an independent school, is better than the entirety of the Big 12 conference.
Yes.
It's better than the entirety of the ACC conference.
Yes.
Is that fair or right? I don't think so.
No.
But it is what it is, and Greg Sankey has to protect, prevent the Notre Dame from joining the Big Ten at all costs, and because of that, he's willing to give them that 12 spot guaranteed. So, again, that's a Sankey thing, and it is what it is.
Let's get to this super chat. It's actually not a super chat. Moen, explain to everybody what this means. You can read it, and then tell everybody how they go about doing it. It's great to see you, Buckshot Kid. Thanks for being here tonight.
If you're a member, you get one free milestone chat every month. As a matter of fact, I think Buckshot Kid did not type his in and just left the default in there. But along with that, when you pop that message,
Then you can't control your bitches.
Pimpin' ain't easy.
Yes.
Oh, sleazy. Pimpin' ain't easy. Pimpin' ain't easy. Pimpin' ain't easy.
we'll play that sounder, and then you can spam the bomber pimp daddy emote in chat.
All right. Okay, I'm not going to go to any more news. That was the one thing I wanted to get to. There is one other story I think that's important, but I want you to get out you tell us, you take as much time as you need, but run through this pro forma you've got.
Okay. All right, here we go. The Big 12 conference is going to get two teams in the college football playoff this year. That's the claim. Why? Why is the Big 12 conference going to get two college football playoff teams in? There's two main reasons, guys. And the first main reason comes down to something that I'm going to call leverage. Leverage. Perception, you can call it. I like to think of it as leverage. What you're seeing here on your screen is the college football playoff rankings for week 16, not the final, but basically the last week that determined who was going to the college football playoff via the seeding.
Okay.
Let's take a look here, okay? Can you guys see this? Do I need to zoom in at all?
It's a little tiny. I'm not sure
Okay.
if anybody else can see it better.
I want to explain it to you. So it's breaking out all the standings here, okay? So
Sure.
looking at the teams that made it in versus who's gotten left out, okay? Texas Tech got in the playoff. Number 4 rated school in the college football playoff in week 16, okay? And they were 12-1 after beating BYU in the conference championship game. But look, we're looking down here at the first teams out, the bubble teams. As we know, Notre Dame got left out. But for the second year in a row, as Nate knows too well, the BYU Cougars, who ended up being 11-2, guys. And at this point, they had 11 freaking wins. They get left out of the college football playoff bubble team right there, left out for 2 consecutive years. Not only that, but the Utah Utes at 10-2 at number 15 get left out, and they were a bubble team as well. But BYU being the team that's got left out to dry and basically the screwball job for 2 years in a row, look, there creates pressure over time with these rankings, with these discussions that, hey, you can't keep leaving a team out if you're going to be taken seriously. You can't keep leaving a conference out like the Big 12 and having 2 G5 teams jump into the college football playoff when you've got a legitimate conference like the Big 12 conference and they're right there on the bubble. So what I'm telling you right now is the perception, the leverage, despite what happened to Texas Tech in the game, is that the Big 12 is getting the shaft as far as playoff spots. And the proof is where the rankings shake out and where they have shaken out for the last 2 years. And right here is the 2025 version with BYU at number 12. So that's setting the stage here, the leverage part of this, okay? So that's a big aspect going into 2026 season. But I've got to show you guys this because this will absolutely blow your freaking minds, okay? So I'm going to share a screen here. Check this out. I got to show this, guys. All right. Behold, the Texas Tech football schedule for 2026.
Oh my gosh.
Guys, Texas Tech's football schedule for 2026 is the softest football schedule I have ever seen in my life for a power conference opponent. Anywhere like, in the Pac-12 days and the Big 12 days, this schedule that you're seeing right here on the screen is the softest schedule. Got to be like in the history of freaking Big 12 football. I don't know. I'm not even sure there's going to be a ranked team on the schedule when it all comes shaking down. Maybe Houston. Let's read it off real quick. 2026 Texas Tech football. Abilene Christian at Oregon State. Houston Cougars, that might be the toughest game of the season, and that is at the Jones AT&T Texas Tech. Sam Houston at Colorado Buffaloes, who are probably going to be way down this year, guys, in my opinion. Bye week. Then you're going and you've got Arizona State at home in Lubbock, then going to Cincinnati, Arizona Wildcat at home, West Virginia, Oklahoma State, Baylor, TCU. I'm not sure there is going to be more than one ranked opponent on the schedule. It is paper soft. This schedule is shaping up for a 12-0 or 11-1 at worst. Okay? So this is the foundation here. This is why the Big 12 is going to get 2 teams in. So Texas Tech is getting in the college football playoff. That's point one right here, even if they lose in the championship game, because I think they basically win 11 or 12 games. And with all the momentum of last year, I think they're in. Okay, now let's take a look over here, and if we can scoot over to the BYU Cougars, who is a critical part of this too, the story, okay? The BYU Cougars. Nate, I want to say this for you because it's my point of view and everything. Okay, BYU's football team going into 2026 is one of the best BYU squads that I can remember. I think this is a legit top 10 team near like the front half of the schedule. And I think that you're going to breach the top 10 with who's coming back and who didn't leave when Jay Hill lost. Just being real. For all you fans out there and stuff, I think that's the kind of caliber BYU's got this year. They're going to be a tough freaking football team. Let's go over their schedule real quick. Utah Tech, Arizona Wildcats at home in Lavelle Edwards weeks 2. It's going to be a tough game. It's at home.
They may be ranked. Arizona
Right,
might be ranked, yeah.
I think you get that game. You're at home. It's early in the season. Then you're going to Colorado State. You've got at TCU. Iowa State is probably going to be down. And then this is the crux, guys. Notre Dame's coming to BYU on October 17th. This game right here is the crux game. If BYU beats Notre Dame, 2 Big 12 teams will get into the college football playoff. Really, seriously. Utah might have been who wins that game. Texas Tech, like I said, is in my view. So Notre Dame, this is going to determine that second spot. I don't think Notre Dame is going to get this game. They're traveling cross country. They're going to Lavelle Edwards. It's going to be rocket environment. This team is very good, this Cougar team. I think BYU clips Notre Dame, and that changes the whole Notre Dame season because then all of a sudden you lose a huge tiebreaker to someone you're playing off against for a playoff spot. Then you're looking at the rest of the schedule at UCF, Arizona State. We don't know what they're going to be like. Utes are going to be good. At Utah is going to be a dang tough game in the Holy War. I don't know. It's going to be a pick 'em game like it always is. Baylor, Kansas, Cincinnati. Very, very doable schedule. Depending on that Notre Dame game result, there's 10 wins on the schedule. And if you beat Notre Dame, there might be 11. So I think that this is a serious, another caliber team that could be the second team from the Big 12 in addition to Texas Tech and might be the Big 12 winner. And lastly, let's look at Utah Utes, because I've got to point this out because Utah's schedule is extremely soft too. Yeah, outside of like the Cougar game, really. So let's look at this. Utah is returning Devin Dampier, Bert Ficklin, basically all skill position. They've got a sneaky good roster coming in. They're going to be ranked preseason top 25. Look at the schedule. Idaho, Rice Eccles. Arkansas is coming cross country. They flipped over their entire roster. At Rice Eccles. Utah State at Rice Eccles. Iowa State's going to be down. You're going out there. Kansas is coming to Rice Eccles. You're going at Colorado. Houston, going to be a good team. Tough schedule for Houston. Coming to Utah, Rice Eccles. At Cincinnati, who's going to be down. And the key game, BYU at home. Who's going to win that game? It's a toss-up game, 50-50. After that game, Arizona, TCU, West Virginia. Look, to me, it's shaping up like the Utes are going to get 9-10 wins out of the schedule. And depending on that BYU game, you might be that second team in the college football playoff. So I think that you've got the 3 top dogs in the Big 12 that have a legit schedule, soft enough schedule, they can make runs, get to 10 wins. And the crux is BYU beating Notre Dame to get that second team. I think it happens. I think you see 2 teams. I think it's going to be Texas Tech and either Utah or BYU.
I like it. I saw the schedules. I looked at Texas Tech's and ours, R2, and I said the same thing. Now, we have schools that can jump up and be good. Arizona finished well. Houston is going to be better. They got that 5-star quarterback second year in the system, so we'll see where he ends up. ASU, what happens to ASU? I personally think they're going to go back a little bit. So TCU, do they jump back up? on board. So the Big 12 is one of those conferences that you never really know. But the game on this schedule, the only game I am, and I'll say it out loud, I'm concerned about is the Colorado State game. And it's a trap game. Colorado State historically plays both BYU and Utah. Tough. They don't win all the games, but they beat the crap out of you. Injuries after these games come rampant, and it's a big game. So if we go 3-0, get to our bye week, what's up with the week 4 bye week? By the way, that's
Right.
broken. It needs to be like week 10, not week 4. So that's against BYU too. But the fact that Texas Tech misses both BYU and Utah in a scheduling glitch that they did from 2 years ago. We're seeing now how stupid it is to put out schedules that are 4 and 5 years long. It's ridiculous. The Big 12 should have looked in the mirror and said, who's going to bring us most money and attention? And all 3 of us should be playing again. And they should have followed
Texas
it
Tech
up,
could go
changed
12-0. With that schedule,
I know.
if they lose 2 games, it's a crushing loss for the season.
I would be shocked if they lose 2 games.
I mean, I'm thinking they probably end up 11-1, but I would not be surprised if they run the table 12-0, and that even sets up better because they're in the playoff no matter what. Win-loss in the Big 12 title game. That's the ideal scenario and stuff. I mean, it's paper thin, guys. Like that schedule is paper thin.
Let's get down to brass tacks, though. What are you willing to put on the line?
What do you want to bet? I think that 2 in, I'll bet whatever you want. Seriously, I'm confident.
Okay, let's put ass fruit on the line.
Dude, are you serious, Moan?
Yes.
Are you serious?
That's worse than betting $1,000.
It is worse than that.
It is.
Durian. Eating durian on the line. And I've checked. There are places in Salt Lake City you can get durian. I have looked into it. I've made phone calls. If you're that confident the Big 12 gets 2 in, you will be willing to eat ass fruit if they don't.
Well, what happens?
If they do, I'll eat ass fruit.
All right. Deal.
I love it.
Deal.
You guys are awesome.
Durian is the bet.
Hashtag ass fruit challenge.
You know, whatever Big 12 teams get into, it's going to happen, right? I think it's the 3 teams that I mentioned. If somebody else sneaks up, I'm saying 2.
It could happen. You know, you have a team like Kansas State. What are they going to be like? Changing coach, brought in a bunch of transfer portal players, or an Iowa State? What happens with Iowa State this year, right? These are just unknowns, but I couldn't agree with you more. I think,
in my view, the Big 12 outside of like the top teams got weaker than it was. And I think that's going to be a constant trend in NIL era with Matt Campbell leaving Iowa State, right? And like with the poor coaching that's going on in TCU, Sonny Dykes is a terrible coach. He's been for a long time.
He'll probably get run. He might get run this year.
And like Houston's the team that's rising, but their schedule's really tough actually. For like looking compared to the 3 I showed you, they're tough. I just don't see them getting to 10 wins. And so those
who are the lucky teams that have to play Utah, BYU, and Texas Tech?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Is
Right?
Houston one of them? Oh my gosh, right?
Mark Bowman in the house with the $10 super chat, valuable member of the College Football Mafia family. When do you think the season starts at week 0 for all schools? Next year, maybe.
They're going to have to move it. They're just going to have to. It's too late. It's too late in January to be holding a national championship game. We're never going to get the national championship game around January 1st. That's never going to happen. But I think we should move week 0 back 1 week. You can have week 0. You can put Army Navy as your showcase game on that week and solve that problem. And then you move what is week 0 now becomes week 1 of the college football season. And it puts things back to a more reasonable time frame for the
agreed. Get rid of the bye weeks, and that by itself will save you 2 weeks on the calendar. So I completely agree with you, Mo, and I think you're right. Do you want to say anything about this week 0?
I want everyone to play week 0.
I agree.
I want everyone to play college football football. I love college football. I want to talk about it year round, baby.
There should
Should
be
be
no
every
week
week.
0. It should just be week 1. Why have a
Not
0
having any
when you don't
football
go?
this week, guys.
I
Tell you
know,
what,
it's
like, this
brutal.
is the freaking longest week.
Well, I have
ever.
football this week.
Well, yeah,
Become a
I mean, like, you
Seahawks
got
fan.
NFL, like you had the Indiana game, and then like all of a sudden, like you're dry as a bone, man.
Thank you, Mark, for the super chat. We really appreciate it. Daniel, the other guy, Gax, $2 super chat. Wild Ute hasn't paid off the 20 memberships. What's that about?
What was that about? Gygax, remind me. Do I owe memberships?
I don't remember.
I will pay what I owe.
I don't know, but he's definitely going to eat that ass fruit. By the way, Mark Bowman.
No, come on. You have no idea. You're in for a world of hurt. I'm serious about this. Like this year, it's going to happen, man.
Okay.
It's going to happen.
What were you going to say?
Sure thing. I was going to say, Mark Bowman, you get a little Iowa fight song.
Yeah, let's go.
And for Daniel Gygax, you get a little.
There you go. West Virginia. Did we give Becky and to Town Hawk theirs? Didn't Becky have a super chat? Maybe I'm wrong.
So Town Hawk got his Jayhawk squad.
You did? Okay.
Sure.
I think Becky's just been given good comments. That's what I was asking. This is one you can do for Stormy Cyclone, though. Stormy in the house, OG member for how long, you?
For 22 months. We're going to round
That's
up and
awesome.
say 24 months, 2 years. Thank you so
Let's
much.
go.
Stormy. We're hoping for a quick recovery for the Iowa football program, but the basketball program's ripping. Iowa State, go, baby.
Yeah,
Let's
Iowa
give them a
State,
little-
they are very good.
We'll give
Yeah.
a little Iowa State fight song.
Excellent. Thank you, Stormy. Well, maybe the Big 12 can dominate come March.
I think that's going to happen.
There's a lot of good Big 12 basketball teams. That's all I'm saying. All right, that's through all the super chats, I believe. Yeah, that's it. I got them all done. Before we jump into, well, what's next, actually? What were you guys going to do next? Just comments? Was that it, Mon?
As far as I know, we were going to continue to talk 12-team playoff and
Okay.
do comments, things like
Do
that.
you want to tease this Dabo Sweeney stuff at all?
Dabo Sweeney, tampering. We can talk tampering.
Right.
It's coming to a school near you.
Can we hear that? Can we get the audio?
Yeah.
I know we probably get.
I have the
off
I do
YouTube.
have the audio. Hang on.
What do you think, Moen? Like, I want to hear the audio. I haven't heard the audio. and I
We
wanna hear it live.
shouldn't get dinged for it, but who
We're gonna get
knows?
freaking booted, aren't we, off YouTube?
No, I think if you don't show it on screen and it just plays in the background, I don't think you get dinged.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong,
do it.
but I don't
What do you
think you
think?
get dinged.
I want to hear it.
That's
I want to react to it.
we'll go ahead. We'll hear it. Let
Okay.
you pulling
Can you
it up,
play
Nate?
it, Nate?
Yeah. Except for I lost the link. Give me a second to get it again. Take a couple comments while I find the link again.
All right. I will take a couple comments while he finds the link.
Yeah.
Everyone said that about Indiana before the season started. I think we were pretty good. You guys are forgetting the SEC and ACC are moving to 9 conference game, which means more casualties. Yes,
There it is.
but
Great point.
keep in mind, Stormy, a SEC loss is different from a Big 12 loss. When the SEC
Okay.
loses, it's a quality loss.
You guys want to play this? It's 8 minutes long, but it's
Look, I mean,
it's
like,
appointment
yeah, let's do it.
television. It's appointment
I mean,
television.
If our channel gets booted off YouTube forever, at least we had a good reaction. Okay.
Yeah. I think as long as you don't show it, you don't get
Nah, let's
dinged.
just
Is that
do
not
it.
right,
Let's,
Bowen?
let's go. Let's go.
Okay. All right.
Let's just
Here we go.
we'll show it. It's
Like every
it's
minute,
fine.
if you stop.
8
every
minutes.
minute, if you stop.
We got to stop at various
Calls
points.
Jordan
And react to
Souls.
it.
Every minute.
And during that conversation, Ryan conveys that Ole Miss has been coming hard after Luke. Sorrells confirmed.
Really quick, Luke is a linebacker that was a continued player from last year. Clemson had just signed him up to a new NIL deal and a new revenue share portion. He went to class. You've seen this story. He went to class for a week or so, and then this is what happened.
He went with the agent. He said, "Are you talking about the same Luke that's been enrolled at Clemson, that's been in class, that's moved here, that signed with Clemson?" And the agent assured him, "Yes, the same one." But he also assured Jordan Sorrells that Luke had no intention of leaving Clemson, but just thought y'all should be in the loop and check up on him tomorrow. So Thursday, January 15th at 11:45 a.m., just this past Thursday, Jordan came to me and he told me about the conversation that he had the night before with the agent at 9:49. And so I told Sorrells, I directed Sorrells, "Hey, you reach," I don't know. I said, "Who's their GM?" He said, "His name is Austin Thomas." I said, "Will you reach out to their GM?" He said he knows him.
This is a text string, by the way, emails and messages. Dabo Sweeney's got it down cold.
And I said, "Listen, this guy has been a head coach for 4 weeks." I said, "You reach out to the GM. I'm going to give him some grace. And you let him know that we know what's going on. All right. And if he doesn't cease communication, I'm going to turn him in." And so I really thought that would be the end of it. But
He's talking about the coach at Ole Miss, the new coach at Ole Miss.
it wasn't. So after that was 11:45. At 12:10, Jordan communicated to Austin Thomas via text because he was unable to reach him on the phone. And just a few minutes later at 12:14, they both connected on the phone. The Ole Miss GM, Austin Thomas, and Jordan reiterated our stance one more time. The GM assured Jordan that he had communicated to the agent that he wanted no part of this and that his relationship with Jordan was more important to him than Luke Farrelly. But that Pete Golding just does what he does.
Just does what he does.
Quote, unquote. So at 1:30, Sorrells met with Luke face-to-face in his office. And Luke communicated to Jordan and to Ben Boulware that Pete texted him on Wednesday morning, the head coach at Ole Miss, when he was in his 8 a.m. class. And he said the text message said, "I know you're signed. What's the buyout?"
Wow.
And he also, Luke said that Coach Golding also texted him a picture of a $1 million contract.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to stop there just so we can let it gather. That's brutal.
Luke also mentioned to Jordan and to Ben that Coach Golding had Trinidad Chambliss call him from his phone, and that Coach Golding was there continuing to talk on his phone to push him to re-enter the transfer portal. He also said that Jackson Dart had reached out and called him.
Wow.
But Luke again assured Jordan that he had no intention of leaving. And Jordan kept me in the loop and told me the same thing. So we had a staff meeting on Friday morning, January the 16th, the last day of the portal. At 11:20, Luke called Ben Boulware and told him that Mississippi had reached out again, even though I had kind of let them know the day before, had reached out again, and they had not only reached out, but they had upped and doubled their offer.
Whoa, stop
But
it.
Luke told Ben.
Doubled their offer. So now we went from 1 million to 2 million.
So wait, so Pete Golding, the head coach of Ole Miss, is texting this signed player for Clemson, this quarterback that moved over to the portal, signed, is in class at Clemson. He texts him a picture of $1 million contract at first, and now he's sending pictures or alluding to a $2 million contract. Is that right?
Yeah, that's it.
So he's still texting and stuff and doubled his offer.
And even though he heard from Dabo Sweeney himself and said, "He's our guy, hands off."
And meanwhile, Jackson Dart, who no longer plays for Ole Miss, he
That's
plays
right.
for the New York Giants, calls Trinidad Chambliss, who we're not even sure is going to be able to play next year,
Yeah.
is calling him. Like Ole
Hey.
Miss, like apparently just doesn't give a fuck.
Well, nobody does.
You know, they're
Michigan
just
Michigan did the same thing to Utah with Celestia Melo. The same kind of crap.
everybody's just getting to a point where they're calling their bluff. They're saying, "You have no power. You can't do anything."
Well, yeah,
Oh, we're good.
nothing's happened yet.
Right.
And so Ben told Luke to come to the office and see Sorrells and Coach Sweeney and let them know, hey, everything is okay. So when that was over, Ben then texted Jordan Sorrells, and he let him know that Ole Miss had raised its offer to 2 years, $2 million. And again, that he had told Luke to come over and see us and let us know that everything is good. So at 11:57, so 11:20, Luke called Ben. 11:22, he texted Jordan this. At 11:57, Sorrell spoke with the agent Ryan Williams about the situation once again. The agent confirmed that head coach Pete Golding had continued to communicate with Luke and had raised the offer once again. Jordan asked to have Luke to give us the text messages that he had received from Coach Golding, but the agent was hesitant to do that because he didn't want to burn any bridges with Ole Miss, as you never know what will happen down the road. However, the agent communicated that if we were to add a second year at $1 million to the already agreed upon deal with Luke, then they would gladly give us whatever we need in order to turn Ole Miss in.
Can you believe that? That's like mob.
Jesus.
That is
It's
mob
extortion.
type behavior. It's
It's
extortion. Appropriately, here we are on the College Football Mafia channel. This is flat out extortion with a gun at your head.
They've broke like 3 RICO predicates at this point.
Unbelievable.
People are going to go to jail, guys, soon in this stuff. Like seriously, like tax evasion, like this.
Yeah, there's
just shady stuff, like money
Yeah.
flowing stuff that's not disclosed. Exactly, like what kind of tax? What kind of tax returns are these kids reporting? These agents?
I don't. Where are they reporting?
A lot of people are going to jail.
Do
100%.
they earn the money in the state they're at? If they're from Michigan, do they pay Michigan income or Georgia? All right. It's just a couple more minutes here.
Which Jordan appropriately said, no, we're not doing that.
That's incredible.
He also communicated that Ole Miss Assistant Director of Player Personnel, I guess it's J-A-I, C-H-O-U-D-A-R-Y, Shortery, I'm not sure. But the Assistant Director of Player Personnel was pushing to set up a Zoom call with them to discuss the details of their contract offer. So that was at 11:57.
This is all happening in minutes.
At 12:30, Sorrells met Luke out in the parking lot outside our football facility. And Luke communicated that he was coming to assure him and Coach Sweeney that he wasn't going anywhere. I was not in the building. Jordan called me to let me know what Luke said and for me to reach out to him.
Pause.
I called Luke and didn't get an answer. I'm back at work. I'm in my office. Everything's good. 4:14. Jordan Sorrells comes to see me. He had gotten a call from compliance telling him that Luke is in our compliance office trying to request to re-enter the transfer portal.
Oh my gosh.
So Jordan let me know. He let Tom Allen know.
Oh my
called
gosh.
Luke, no answer. At 4:19, Jordan called the agent Ryan Williams again to alert him that Luke had requested to enter the portal.
That's bizarre.
He responded via text to let him know that he was flying. Sorrells texted, Luke just reached out to our compliance and requested to go in the portal. What the heck is going on? The agent's response was, oh, bleep. Let me try and find out. At 4:40, Sorrells and Coach Allen arrived at Luke's apartment Luke was in the driveway when they got there. His immediate response was, "I'm going to Ole Miss."
Oh my
going
gosh.
to Ole Miss after he just told them to their faces 4 hours earlier he was staying. 1 minute.
Coach Allen and Jordan spent some time talking to him, and when they departed, he just said, "Hey, I need to clear my head." At 5:39, Jordan spoke with the Ole Miss GM Austin Thomas again to let him know that we knew all that was going on and that we were going to pursue all options to hold them accountable for tampering. And then at 7:20, after a phone call with Tom Allen and Ben Boulware, Luke affirmed his plan to enter the transfer portal. And then he called me and told me the same thing. Once I got word of all this at 4:15 that he was going over there trying to go in the portal, I immediately called our AD, Graham Neff. I also called Commissioner Phillips. He also called the SEC commissioner and others. So, this is obviously a crazy time. We turned everything in to the NCAA.
And we're done with that part, at least.
Wow.
I posted the link.
Oh
just
my
so
gosh.
Just so
Wow.
everybody knows that I posted the link. It's in the comment section. Just did it a second ago. We give credit to everybody. This was done by Trey Wallace. And unnecessary roughness was where the link is that I've shared with everybody. And I'm going to use this as a mic drop moment. At the end of the day, this is the thing that we've needed. Boise State, Utah, Iowa State, all three schools that have complained about tampering over and over and over again, complained about tampering. And you need to name names, you need documentation, you need actual communications in real time, and then you need to have the lever. And in this case, it's an extra $1 million to play football at Ole Miss. And I am just, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Obviously, around here, we're going to be talking about this a ton more. And I just want to make sure everybody knows that we are on top of this. We're not going to let go of this thing until it gets resolved. And it's going to go months probably before we get whatever the final resolution is, unless for some reason one of them backs down. So really quick, before I go, you really just a phrase or two about that.
I'm shocked. I'm not surprised, but shocked to see the mechanics of how it works from like the highest level, from a head coach texting just crazy stuff to signed kids in school and stuff. There's just no respect for anyone's roster. There's a sickness, guys. This is a sickness in the sport that needs to change. It really is. Like, it's disgusting. Honestly, I feel disgusted. Like, it's just like, and it seems like, you know what? I'm not going to even say like inappropriate stuff. But that's how I feel right now. Like with these schools and even with the students, like these paid for play athletes, these pro athletes are doing. It's disgusting. It's disgusts me. That's what I think.
Moen?
Well, I'll gladly say all the comments that you won't say. First of all, I don't know how Dabo Swinney even managed to get in that room with his balls that size.
Wow.
Because that was some just major ass chewing alpha male stuff right there. That was savage as fuck. I put it up. I will put it up again. Dabo Swinney is savage, and he has become one of my favorite head coaches in college football now.
In 1 minute, he did it.
1
in
minute.
1 minute.
One
Yep.
minute. And I'm telling you
Yeah.
what, if he ever wants to do a true crime podcast, I would subscribe and listen. Because he had the dates,
Every
he had the
detail.
times, he had the motive, he had the means, he had everything laid out right there. Fascinating that the kid's agent would basically try to extort them for another $1 million. I don't know the legalities of that. I think that's extortion. I mean, like, I think that's
People are going to
me.
prison, guys.
I like that's a federal crime. Like, I can't do that. Like, no,
No.
I couldn't do that and be like, well, this is we'll honor the contract as long as you do A, B, and C outside of the contract. It'd be a shame if your nice store got busted up here. That's what we're saying. I mean, you're right. This is like mafia shit.
It is.
Yeah. But
It's
he's
all good
like,
and fun with college football tampering and stuff until you go to prison, and that's
Yeah,
where
I
we're
mean,
at soon, guys.
There's
This is
some
no
serious.
joke. You're gonna go to freaking prison. You want
Yeah.
to mess around like this? Tax
Well, and
evasion.
this is another-
Who knows what crap we're gonna see here? Like, you're going to freaking jail. This is illegal stuff, guys. This isn't okay. This is not okay. It's not okay to do this tampering stuff. It needs to stop. Or people go to jail. Whatever. Send them to jail. They'll stop it.
Punishment. We need enforcement. We need the guts to
Yeah.
give the players what they deserve. Make them employees. Give them employee contracts. Give them a CBA, and all this stuff will go away. Because now anyways, I don't have time to do it tonight. I want to thank Ute and Moen. Thanks for being here with me tonight, guys. I got to take off. It's my Friday night, but I appreciate everybody that's watching us tonight. And in the future, we got more stuff coming. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, and then get involved. Your opinions we take very seriously, and we do try to follow lines of inquiry that you pursue. We got lots of stuff coming up in the next few weeks. So I just want to encourage everybody to stick around and hit that subscribe, hit the bell so there's a notification coming to you every day. And then last but not least, give us the thumbs up and let us know how we're doing. Okay. I'm going to say bye to you. I'm going to say bye to Moen. I'm going to say go Cougars. And then I'm going to say go Hawks. Let's go
Okay.
Hawks.
All
right,
Yeah,
well,
talk to you later.
expect a call from my agent tomorrow, Nate.
Story.
We've got some things we have to discuss. So,
Okay.
Have a good evening. Enjoy the evening.
All right.
while
You guys
can.
have a great weekend. Everybody stay safe. Peace.
Take care.
All right.
Can't
Let me
believe
just
what
get
I
this
just heard, Moan.
set up to
Like,
2-man.
It's everything that we've talked about, but when you hear it from like a coach's mouth with that type of evidence, that is unreal. I hadn't heard the clip yet with the details of like and how fast and moved with all the players involved, with 2 head coaches involved, and like the head coach Pete Golden over like in texting just that stuff. What, man? And like you're not even trying to hide anything, man. Like you're texting from your own phone. $1 million contract. Let's just double that. Like what? Like there's just no ramifications, like repercussions for this, right? None. Like in his mind and stuff.
Jacober Cat with the $2 super chat. He says, "Make you wear the Duke bikini when you eat the ass fruit." Hey, I mean, different strokes for different
Jacober
folks.
Cat's all into this one. Like, look, I think this one's not quite as flattering, guys. This Duke's bikini. Duke needs another bikini, right? Like this bikini is so 2025 for Duke, but Jacober Cat loves this thing. Man, Jacober Cat's hot for it.
Yeah, Jacober Cat, he can go as deep as you want. I mean, just ask him.
But I can go as deep as you want to.
Even wearing that bikini, he can. He swears to God. Will this lead to Congress getting involved? I don't know. Probably not. Congress couldn't find their ass with a flashlight and an instruction manual, so I wouldn't count on it, Mark Bowman. But thank you for the super chat. And Nate will no longer get taken advantage of.
I'm not used to being taken advantage of.
Oh my gosh.
Dabo acted like he was in front of Congress. Yeah, it did it came across that way. It definitely did. And wow, man, I got a whole lot of respect for Dabo Sweeney right now.
You like the fact that he came out with those kind of details? Like minute by minute details with the players and everything?
I did, and it's just a roller coaster ride. I hadn't heard any of it, and that was why it was so great. Like, if I'd have heard it, like I knew he accused Ole Miss of tampering. That's all I knew. That he said, "Ole Miss, I have text message, I tampered, et cetera, et cetera." I didn't know that was going to happen, but once that happened, it was just like, whoa. But again, he reported it to the NCAA. The NCAA doesn't have any teeth.
Yeah, well, they're not going to do anything. Like,
what are they
report
gonna
it to
do?
the feds. See if they're paying taxes on this money. That's what I would be doing. Like seriously, like well, think about the taxes, like on $2 million contracts and stuff. Are these kids paying taxes?
I just like
$2
the
million.
picture of a contract. Well, here's a picture of a contract.
Oh my gosh.
Send them back a picture of your signature. Why Bomber always have to leave early? Isn't it his channel? Well, it's not just his channel, but Bomber doesn't want people to know this. He's a Mormon vampire, and he has to be off here in time to feed. And that's exactly what he's doing. He opens a window, he flies out, and he goes out to feed. So,
Dude, you got to cut that one out.
I'm hiring Moen as my agent. Need someone who can tell Notre Dame where to go. Probably not a good idea to hire me as an agent because mine would just be, I would just walk. I would walk too easily.
So Moen, when we were listening to like that snippet, like so the agent for the player, he seemed to be out of the loop at the end of that, right? Like he was negotiating, he was trying to export, and then all of a sudden he's like,
"What?" He's like, "Oh
he's
shit, really? I had no idea that was happening."
What a chump, dude! Oh man,
I'm telling you what,
dumb. He's playing dumb, right?
These agents are slimy, man. They're slimy. Stormy Cyclone says, credit to Clemson for documenting everything. Yeah, down to the minute. Down to the minute.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Vitt says, I legit feel bad for Dabo. Yeah, Dabo seems like he's a little in over his head. Transfer portal, et cetera, et cetera. And now he's got to deal with tampering.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could call that tampering. It seems more egregious than tampering. If there's a different word for it. It's just tampering, the level of tampering that's insane.
The trying to confuse this kid is insane.
I mean, like, how old is this guy? Luke, what's his last name?
Obviously he's got 2 years left, or at least 2 years
so he's
left.
at least 20. He's got to be 21,
underclassman,
right?
Yeah, he'd have to be an underclassman.
I mean, so he isn't adult. He could drink a beer.
Oh, he's probably drinking on that plane.
Probably, exactly. Sure.
Sounds like the Sopranos of the South. Let's see. Do we have a Sopranos sounder here? I think we do. Let's look for Tony Soprano's wager.
A grown man made a wager. He lost. He made another one. He lost again. End of story. So take that high moral ground and go sleep in a fucking bus station if you want.
Speaking about my betting situation with FanDuel this year. Thank you, Tony. Mississippi Bulldog says, I agree with Dabo on this one. I do as well.
Yeah. Like, what's the NCAA supposed to do, though? Like, really? Like, I mean, okay. Like, report it to the NCAA? Yeah, like, they're going to send an email to Pete Golding. What are they going to do? Nothing, right? Nothing. The CSC is going to do nothing.
There's no teeth. There's no enforcement. I mean, this is why everybody's talking. This is why Greg keeps talking about everybody going to their own silo, because there's just no enforcement. The SEC is poaching the ACC. The ACC is poaching the SEC. The ACC is poaching itself. I mean, Dabo Swinney, you're in the ACC. You got poaching in your backyard. You've got Mensa getting poached from Duke to Miami. Temporary restraining order now. I mean, it's happening within conferences, and it's like nobody has a way to stop it. And I don't know. Devil Frog says Ole Miss was tampering with players from TCU a few years back, and Gary Patterson was mocked and attacked by national media when he called them out for it. What changed? I don't remember that story, Devil Frog. So I don't want to speak on something I don't have intimate knowledge of. You remember that? I don't
remember it either. I don't, but like the fact that Dabo Swinney had so much evidence that's so specific, and he's willing to call it out on that type of stage. And you guys, like, this is just like Nate played that through Twitter X, and that clip alone had 1.2 million views just on X. Like, so you're getting that out to like the ether and stuff and to tens of millions of people. That's a different story. Like every freaking college football fan is serious about the game and wants to understand and knows about this.
Definitely. Some more. Got another super chat here. Jesus, Jacober Cat. Jeez, buddy. He's got a thing for you, Ute. He has got a
No, he's
thing
got a
for
thing
you.
for this, man. For this.
Nah, he's thinking of you in that uniform.
Let's calm him down a little bit with this one then, okay? So calm down.
Let's not. Let's remind him that
They've been sucking you, and you're sick of it. I get it.
Thank you for the super chat, Jacober Cat.
Thank you, Jacob. Yeah.
Then we got Ricky Tungate, the Indiana Hoosier. Mo, and you're so funny and quick on remarks. I just like listening to you. Ute to the Big Ten, just for you, Ute. There you go. Thank you for that, Ricky Tungate. I appreciate that. If I can make somebody smile, make somebody laugh, make somebody's day a little bit brighter, that's all I am here for.
Moan is the most entertaining guy on YouTube. I'm serious. He is, guys. He's the best.
I try. Thank you for the super chat, Ricky Tungate. Let me give you a little sounder. Let's do I'm a Man.
I am feeling the effects of masculinity right now. I feel the testosterone. I want to go to war. I want a lightsaber. I'm a man.
Recorded straight after Dabo Swinney had that press conference.
So who's Clemson's quarterback now? They lose this
It
guy.
was a linebacker.
Oh, that's a linebacker. That's a QB.
Linebacker.
No, it's a linebacker.
I think it's a linebacker. Yeah. CFB is turning into a greaseball's paradise. It really is.
Guys, like it started with Michigan getting away with all that stuff with Connor Stallions. Like we talked about it on the channel a couple years back. Mona, it was that. Like the fact that they got away with a national championship and with all that garbage and like they still have that title. Why wouldn't you cheat? Remember, we said 2 years ago, why wouldn't you cheat? You're seeing like the fruits of that, right?
I had this conversation with Greg earlier this week. We were talking about Miami poaching people, obviously, how that went down, and how it could damage your relationship in the Big Ten. But at the end of the day, I told Greg this. Listen, if Miami does this and Miami wins a national championship, do you think anybody's going to care about them poaching Mensa?
No.
Do you think anybody really cares that Michigan cheated before they won that national? Now, they didn't cheat at the national championship game. They played that clean. But in order to get there, they cheated. Do you think anybody really cares?
About the game itself, like the national championship game, or like the pathway to get that
once they won that national championship. College football has become a situation where the ends justify the means. Right. And I'm sure Miami probably did damage relationships doing stupid shit like this. But if Miami wins a national championship and the Big Ten's looking to expand and they can add a team that's won 6 national championships, do you think it damages the relationship enough where they say, no, we can't take Miami because they poached a player from Duke?
Oh, absolutely not. I would actually flip that on its head and say the Miami's brand value's grown because they're in the title game, because they have that player. Therefore, they're more valuable for the Big Ten, and they know it. So they're actually reaping the benefit of it. As long as you win. If you lose, then
as long as you win. It seems to be the cure-all for everything is if you win. Right. Last year, lots of Ohio State fans, myself included, were calling for Ryan Day's head. He won a national championship. He's the greatest coach in college football right now, according to anybody you ask in Columbus. Winning changes things. And if I'm Miami, lean into it. Because nobody like you. I try and tell Ohio State people this all the time. People don't like Ohio State people. Lean into it. Just accept it. Just be the villain. Because you are the villain. Yeah, you do scummy things. That's no different. You literally made 2 documentaries about it. You called it The U and The U Part 2. There's 2 documentaries about how Miami was doing underhanded things to win with the guy from 2 Live Crew and Nevin Shapiro and all that stuff. Might as well just embrace it just say, yeah, that's what we were willing to do to win. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it would damage them that much. I really don't. I don't think it damages Miami that much because I think Miami's already looked at as a villain. And as much as relationships get hurt, you know what doesn't? Nothing can mend relationships like money. It really is the truth. And if Miami's
Bring me
coming
my
to you
money.
with 6 national championships or another playoff appearance, it ups their value. And that relationship that got damaged, that can be mended very easily when your network partners say, yeah, Miami, we'll give you an extra X number of dollars for Miami. Now, I understand the Purdue AD, and you did a video on this earlier, and it was a great video. Everybody should check it out. The Purdue AD says, well, the Big Ten's not expanded. I got news for the Big Ten, or for the Purdue AD. You might want to check with somebody in the Big Ten about that at Ohio State. Just maybe, because Purdue's not calling the shots on it. Ohio State is.
There's some real talk.
Ohio State wants to get into markets like Miami and Atlanta. I'm sorry they do, and I don't think it's Xavier Lucas situation at Wisconsin and Miami again. You would think that would damage Miami, but I think Wisconsin would get over it when they see the money that they're probably going to be making in addition for adding a Miami.
Yeah, it's like a fly buzzing around your head. It's annoying, but it's not going to be like a swing factor in making a big decision, right? And like this is a possibly billion-dollar decision to add a team with future media contracts, with academic research, with student pools. I mean, it could change everything. No, one player, how you're approaching transfer portal will not be a swing factor, unless everything was equal with another candidate and like you just dislike that school, right? But Miami has such an advantage in realignment that they're so far ahead they can almost do anything.
Right, and that's what I told Greg. I said I don't think the relationships matter that much. Money changes everything. Money mends everything, and you can add another blue blood or near blue blood. I mean, they've won 5 national championships. They may not have the longevity of some other blue bloods, but they're pretty damn close. And they're on the right track, but we'll have to see if Mario Cristobal sticks it out because word on the street is the Pittsburgh Steelers are highly interested in Mario Cristobal.
No way.
Yes way, which could be interesting to see. So Ohio State's not running nothing. Why don't you use your private equity money on that? We don't have private equity with public capital. Public capital.
We got private equity.
Utah's got private equity. We've got public capital. But Michigan obviously signed off again. Michigan's another team that's a villain. Just accept it and be the villain. I don't get it.
I mean, like like what are you if you're not a villain? Like in college football, like who's not? Like, I guess right now Indiana
is not a villain. Indiana is,
but like Indiana's made this rise and stuff, and it's been an amazing story. Mendoza's amazing and everything, but like sooner or later, if you keep winning, you're going to become the villain.
You will become the villain, absolutely. At some point, Hulk Hogan had to stop being the Hulkster and become Hollywood Hogan. Right now, Indiana is a white meat babyface. They're just white meat babyface.
What?
It's a wrestling term.
What does that mean?
It means they're the ultimate good guy. White meat babyface, just pure good guy. No shades of gray. They're just a great guy. And that's what Indiana is right now. They're the conquering hero. Like Hulk Hogan was a white meat babyface for years. You steps on fruit, no shoes, no socks, toes.
Oh my.
So now you have to eat the ass.
We'll give the man what he wants here. There you go.
You have to eat the ass fruit and now step on it because he's got a thing for your feet too.
Dude, I'll tell you what, that challenge there, like this Dorian challenge, right? It's Dorian, right? Not Darian.
It's Dorian. Now there's multiple variation Durian. It's called Durian.
We're gonna have to do that if the Big 12 only gets one team in the college football playoff. We'll have to do that show outside. I can't bring that in my house, but I will fulfill the duty, and I will eat it outside, and I will do the big freaking Friday
Good
show
news is
freaking side.
Good news is you don't have to buy a full durian. You can get it by the piece. They're sold in little containers. They're shrink wrapped. They do not.
Why do
smell
people
until you
want
open it.
this? Why?
It is allegedly a fantastic tasting fruit.
How can something taste? How can something taste so good and smell so bad? Oh my gosh.
Well,
Yeah,
I won't clip that sound effect or
Yeah.
anything.
You better freaking not. So
Greg
bad,
says,
bro.
"Hey everyone, good to see you, Greg. Thanks for
Oh my
stopping in."
gosh.
Miami is a villain, so you know what problems they were bringing with them into your conference. I agree, but you can make them heel.
Yeah, they'll be the heel. Like Utah's the heel in the Big 12, right? Like still.
Sure, embrace it.
Oh, yeah,
Embrace
you
it.
got
Be
to.
the bad guy. Dress like Darth Vader when you're at a Utah game.
Do that.
That's.
I do
embracing-
that.
Yeah, embracing the dark side. You're the villain.
So is my son. Double Darth Vader.
TCU did beat them in the playoffs while Michigan was cheating. That's true, but TCU was tipped off that Michigan was cheating, and that allowed them to change their playbook, which probably helped them win that game. Flugs is one of my favorite and love his info. The big fat guy from Minnesota. I like him too. Very good friend of mine. Always joking with each other and prodding each other. And venting to each other. He likes to vent to me a lot, which is fine because
Give him the egg. What was the
special Flugs O.
We love Fluke.
Becky Go Husky says she's not entertaining. That's not true, Becky. I get lots of laughs from you.
Oh, Becky is very entertaining.
You're
Becky's
very
got some-
entertaining, Becky. And we'll be talking more about that in the future too. So, with all the tampering going on, YG needs to say they are tampering you, and you will need to learn to start liking it.
I don't like it. That's the problem. I hate the tampering. I hate the tampering. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Oh, yeah. Look, Utah plays a clean game, Moan. Utah doesn't tamper with anybody, right? Utah plays a clean game. Like, what do you call, like, the baby face? What's the wrestling term for that?
White
again?
meat baby face.
Utah's the white meat baby face, and then you get these villains. These villains like Michigan, like the Brigham Young University, that try to tamper with your roster. You know, these heels, these bad guys and stuff. And we just try to run nice shop at the University.
And that's what I tried to explain to Rock earlier this week. He was touting the numbers from the Indiana-Miami game, and he's like, look, this is better than Ohio State, Notre Dame, two brands. Ohio State and Notre Dame are two brands that most people hate watch. You're having two heels face off against each other. They don't want either team to win. They're not going to tune in to watch. It's just, it is what it is.
You can't have a double heel, you're saying.
You can't
Double
have a
heels
bad
aren't
guy.
effective.
You gotta have a good guy and a bad guy. How many good movies have you seen where it's bad guy versus bad guy? And so you've always got to have a good guy.
Well, I mean, like, it's hard. Like, who's the good guy? Okay, let me ask you this. And this, don't trigger me, okay, Moan? Don't trigger me. Who's the good guy at the Big 12?
The good guy of the Big 12 is Kansas. I'm serious. You go back to when Kansas beat Texas. Remember that? When that really not so great Kansas team beat Texas.
Oh, yeah, it was like 4 or 5 years ago.
4 or 5 years ago. At that point, Kansas became the white meat baby face of the Big 12.
So Kansas is the white meat baby face of the Big 12.
Yes.
Okay. Well, who's the ACC's white meat baby face?
I think it's going to be Virginia Tech starting now.
Virginia Tech used to be heel.
They used to be heel, but I think with James Franklin coming off getting fired, he brought all this talent with him to Virginia Tech. I think people love a redemption story. They want a redemption arc. That's a perfect storyline for him. I think James Franklin turns that program around. I think if anybody's getting two teams into the college football playoff this year, it is the ACC. And I think one of those teams is Virginia Tech.
Dude, you cannot be serious.
I am very serious. I think look at what talent he has brought into Virginia Tech. And look at how
Penn
the ACC
State's roster that sucked last year.
Look at the
Yeah,
ACC.
you know
it's
it.
not a deep. It's the ACC. The conference championship game was Duke versus Virginia, and you're telling me that
But you
Virginia
got
Tech didn't
Miami
improve
in
on
there.
that?
Miami should win the title again.
Miami's going to compete. I'm not saying that. I just think that Virginia Tech is
The white meat baby face.
And
What about
go
ahead. Sorry.
I see what Stormy Cyclone's saying. I'm talking about we're talking about football. I'm really not talking about basketball because Indiana cheated in basketball too. And they had to vacate wins, I think, when Bruce Pearl was the coach.
Who's the white meat baby? I would say the white meat baby face of the Big 12 is probably Oklahoma State.
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think so. I think they're a tweener. There could be a good guy or a bad guy. The villains in the Big 12 are Utah and Texas Tech.
Yeah, Texas Tech's definitely a villain. Yeah. Okay, so I just got to get clarity on this, okay? Because I'm not sure we're ever going to talk about this again. We'll get to some more comments right after. Let's just identify the rest of the white-faced baby.
Oh, now listen. There's baby faces and there's white meat baby faces. There's a difference. A white meat baby face is the ultimate good guy. He never cheats to win. He does everything correct.
White meat baby face.
He's a white meat baby face. Now there's a baby face who might, like Eddie Guerrero was a baby face where he would just throw the chair on the ground and act like he got hit with it to win by DQ. But he was a baby face. But he wasn't a white meat baby face.
Like who in wrestling was a white meat baby face?
Hulk Hogan was a white meat baby face when he was Hulk Hogan. When he was the Hulk,
and then he turned into a heel.
Then he went to heel when he became Hollywood Hulk Hogan. But then he became a tweener when he was a heel because people kept cheering him.
Okay. I see. I'm developing a redemption arc here in my mind's eye for my favorite school. So I like this, okay? I like this. I like how these redemption arcs can happen, right? Like Utah,
right,
in the Pac-12 was the white meat babyface, right? The new guy on the block and everything. Like success. You step over in the Big 12 and you're the heel. When Utah gets in the Big 10 conference, you're going to be the white meat babyface again.
See, I would say probably Stanford is more of a white meat babyface than Utah was.
They're not even I mean, yeah, I guess so, right. Right. Oh my gosh.
It's called Anti-Hero Mo, and actually, Greg, tweener. Yes, he was still a heel, but he became a tweener when they started cheering him. Same thing happens with you can do a double face turn, a double turn, like when Austin. My favorite match, Austin versus Hart, WrestleMania 13. You had a double turn. Austin went into that as the heel, came out the face. Hart went into that as the face, came out a heel. Beautiful piece of ring psychology. Mo, and you should watch Juggalo Championship Wrestling. Listen, I don't really have a lot of time for wrestling anymore. I catch NXT because it's on broadcast TV. And even that, I have to watch that alone because I criticize that all the time. Like, it's just, to me, there's like a guy on there who's a mafia guy. And it's like, okay, I'm not going to suspend my disbelief and believe that a mafia guy is wrestling. He would just have all his opponents killed. Let's get serious.
Let's just finish this out. So the white meat baby face of the SEC. Who's that?
See, and I hate Diego Pavia, but it would probably be Vanderbilt.
Well, now they're becoming a heel. I agree. Like Vandy can't be. It's got to be somebody else. Kentucky?
No, not Kentucky. I think it would still be Vanderbilt.
What about South Carolina?
No, not South Carolina. No. Like the only baby face. I would say Mississippi State. That's a good one. Mississippi State could be the baby face. It could be a baby face, but you know what? Mississippi State's a baby face. Like Coco Beware was a baby face. Like, you know, he's going to get cheered and everything else, but you know that Coco Beware is getting pinned at the end of the match. So he's a baby face, but he is not. Mississippi State would be my Coco Beware of the SEC. Bulldog Mississippi says Vanderbilt is the Dusty Rhodes of the SEC.
Moan,
I
let's
don't know
finish
about
this
that.
up. So we've got Kansas, we've got Virginia Tech, we've got Mississippi State, the white meat baby faces, and now last
Big
Northwestern, right? Big Ten. It's got to be Northwestern.
I would actually say I would go with Illinois. Well, no,
Really?
Indiana. I'm going with Indiana 1.
Indiana is. That makes
Indiana
so much
number
sense.
1. That's just, there's no doubt about it. I mean, they're Hulk Hogan pinning the Sheik to win the title. That is, you know, ultimate. So you can't compete with Indiana. After Indiana, though, I think Illinois would probably be close. Like everybody kind of loves Burt Bielema, other than Wisconsin fans, but everybody kind of has this weird love and respect for Brett Bielema. We call him
Is
Coach
Nebraska
Burt.
turning into like that type of player? Like, I mean, they don't seem to have a lot of controversy. They don't win that much anymore.
They don't win that much
necessarily in the Big
anymore.
Ten.
Yeah, I mean Illinois wins and they win in the bowl games when it matters. So I don't know. After Indiana, I would probably say Illinois.
Wow.
I mean, what do you think?
Northwestern.
Okay.
Like Indiana, those two, but like, I mean, that just seems like the muckety mucks, like Northwestern, right? The mucketies. So I think that those two, Indiana's, yeah, man, like Indiana's it. SEC, the good guys of the SEC, the baby faces. Man, I mean, Mississippi State, like, yeah, a lot of people just have no issues with them. It wouldn't be Texas. It wouldn't be Oklahoma. Maybe Arkansas? I'm thinking. Like, not too controversial. People tend to like them. That's what the baby face is, right?
I think Mississippi State is a baby face, but I think they're like the Coco Beware baby face. That's all I'm saying. Dave's here says Steiners wrestled at Michigan. That's absolutely correct. That's why I don't like the Steiners. Legion of Doom was a better tag team anyway, the Road Warriors, but the greatest tag team in history was the Midnight Express with Sweet Stan Lane and Beautiful Bobby, managed by James E. Cornette. Stormy Cyclone saying Texas A&M is a baby face in the SEC. I have a hard time believing that.
NIL. Yeah, they're kind of like in between. West Virginia.
Steve John is saying is the Big 12's white meat baby face.
I'm with that. West Virginia is the white meat baby face of the Big 12. It's nails.
I don't know. Every time I think of West Virginia, he's like Mick Foley. West Virginia's like Mick Foley. Just can take a hellacious beating, but he's likable, and people will tune in to watch him get beat up. So,
no.
Go to a game at Nebraska. It's like going to a family reunion. Babyface.
Mankind, right? Wasn't that Mick Foley?
Yeah. Some of us remember him as Cactus Jack, though. Forever in my heart, Cactus Jack.
Dude, that's the funniest thing you said ever. Okay.
I mean, if you're going to name wrestlers if we're going to really sit here and name wrestlers from schools, like Mick Foley would be West Virginia. I mean, he don't look pretty, but he gets the job done and he can take a beating.
Oh, man.
And Mississippi State.
I love it. I think it's nails. It's awesome. And guess what? Mick Foley won some WWF championships, right?
Yeah.
As Mankind.
Yeah, he's a bestseller. Got thrown off the cage by The Undertaker. Everybody remembers that. I mean, you know.
He had Sacco, right?
He had Sacco, Mr. Sacco. And he had a spine like an alligator. I mean, we could sit here one night and try and match them up, like the wrestler to the school.
That's so dangerous. That's wild.
Like Ohio
I think
State
they-
would be
yeah.
Kurt Angle. Ohio
No,
State would
and then
definitely
Ohio
be
State
Kurt
would be.
Angle.
The
Yeah, but
Rock.
Kurt No,
Maybe
no,
The
no, no, no. It wouldn't be The
Yeah.
Rock. They don't have that kind of charisma, but they've got that self-satisfaction that Kurt Angle has.
Kurt Angle. I mean, come on, man. Like he wasn't that great of a champion. Like you got to think of the big blockbusters. Like The Rock is like everything, right? The Rock's the greatest.
Some people would disagree. Who's your loved more than a sheep amongst deviants? Yeah, Hoosier. Everybody loves the Hoosiers in the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
I think even Michigan fans and Ohio State fans, I think we can agree on it. We love Indiana. We love what Indiana did. We were happy for Indiana. We were cheering for Indiana. Bulldog Bob Brown. Not familiar with Bulldog Bob Brown. Welcome to the Big Wrestling Friday show. I'm sorry. He started asking me. I started using Carney, and as soon as I started using Carney, that got you peaked. He'd never heard Carney words before. You know, there's a
Man,
whole
that was
language.
entertaining. That was fun.
There's a whole language, but I'll teach you the Carney language in a minute. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. I want to thank everybody for giving super chats. Sorry we couldn't get more comments, but you wanted to know about Carney slang and wrestling terminology. I want to thank Ricky Tungate, Kenneth Maynor, Mark Bowman, who else here? Town Hawk, Buckshot Kids, Stormy Cyclone. Stormy Cyclone's a white meat baby face. The other Gygax, Chacobra Cat. I think I got everybody. Ricky Tungate again. Cobra Cat again, Town Hawk again. Oh, we got one more super chat. I got to pull it up here before we leave. Cactus Jack. Bang, bang.
Bang, bang.
You just know him from WWE. Before he was in WWE, he was Cactus Jack. And he had.
Are we talking about Mankind?
Yeah, he
Mankind?
had some insane matches in WCW that would just. Look up Cactus Jack versus Mil Mascaras. He takes a bump in the match that would just absolutely curdle your blood.
Really?
Yes. He takes a flat back bump off of the apron onto concrete.
Dang.
And I don't mean like just kind of falling off. I mean, he launches himself. He launches himself. Anyway, I'm not going to pull that up because we will get copyright claim for that. So I want to thank everybody who joined us tonight. I appreciate everybody sharing their time with us on Fridays. We love doing the Friday show for you guys. It's our favorite show to do here. There will be little changes in the future. We will talk about that soon. I think you guys will appreciate it. Until then, we will catch you next Friday. No Mowing After Dark this Sunday because of the NFL championship game. So no show on Sunday, so we'll be back on Tuesday. Nate will with a Bombers Blitz. I'm on boards with the football wrestling crossover. Bulldog, Mississippi. Come on, man. You got to tell me. Coco Beware, the Birdman. That's
Mo, we
gotta
need to do
be-
some shorts. We need to do some like SEC like wrestler shorts.
I just
Do it.
yeah. Well, Florida State would be Ron Simmons. I mean, but I think
I don't even know who
Mississippi-
Ron Simmons is. Florida State's got to be something more than that.
You know who Ron Simmons is? He was the first Black world
Ron?
champion.
I didn't know that. Like I knew like
He
Booker
played
T.
He played linebacker at Florida State. He was an All-American. They've got his locker encased
That's cool. Yeah, I didn't
at
know that.
Florida State. Thank you for that super chat to end the show, Bulldog, Mississippi. I appreciate everybody who came in tonight. We will catch you guys next Friday. As always, if you're in the snowpocalypse, stay safe. Peace out.